wonderful people. Welcome to my wonderful channel. For today's video mga ka-wonders, ipakilala ko po sa inyo ang isa nating kababayan, sa ka-wonderful kababayan na si Jasmine Nesbeth. Siya ay mag-aano sa atin, magbibigay ng inspirasyon at mga ideas kung saan na siya ngayon. So, kamusta ka na? Hi, Day! Thank you so much. Naku, nakakaano naman dito. Para naman akong bigating, artist tayo ng daming nagkaintay sa sa autograph ko. Kasi nung, last time kitang nakita, matagal na kitang pinafollow. And then, isa kang nurse, and then later on, nalaman ko na, iba ka na ng, ibang venture na ang pinasok mo. So, yang lahat na yan ay ikukwento mo sa ating mga wonderful kababayan at sa lahat ng ating mga followers. Okay, but first of all, I want to ask for you. Meron akong, question na inihanda para sa'yo kasi mahirap makalimutan eh. So, ang una kong question.
So, Day, tatanong ko sa'yo. So, kwento mo naman sa mga followers natin kung paano ka nag-start dito sa Canada at kung ano na ang update na ginagawa mo ngayon.
Okay, sure.
At ipakilala mo yung sarili mo.
Hi guys, hello. Ako nga pala si Jasmine Nesbeth. I am a mom of 2 boys. I have a wonderful husband who supports me every step of the way to go through life. And I am a nurse here in Canada. I have been a nurse for about 18 years.
Wow.
And this is my dog. He wants to be introduced as well. So,
Yeah.
I think I've been here in Canada for my son is oldest is now 24, so I've been here for 25 years. So huwag niyo na akong tanongin kung ilang taon na ako, ha? Kasi nakikita naman sa mukha.
Wala naman sa akin. Looks younger pa rin.
So yes, like I said, I'm a nurse, and for the last year and a half, I took a leap of faith to leave nursing. Not because I don't love my job, not because I don't take pride of what I do, but there was something about it that speaks about your calling or your purpose, and I'm going to talk about that later on. So like I said, no, it wasn't a walk in the park. I was very young when I arrived here, but I was a mom. I was a young mom, and
How old are you that time?
I was 20 years old.
Oh,
yes. And since I was already a mom, I have some responsibility, and it didn't become easy for me kasi ang nangyari is, alam mo naman tayong mga Pilipino, parang binibigyan natin yung sarili natin ng part sa whole family natin. Binibigyan natin ng role. And for me, it was to take a role of somebody who has to take care of my siblings, to take care of my mom and dad. And unfortunately, nung nag-asawa kasi ako ng isang Canadian, hindi naging smooth yung marriage namin. At ang nangyari is, nagiging...
Yan na ba yung ngayon yung mister mo?
No, I wouldn't stay married to him if it was it. But you know what? There's always good and bad about everything that's happened to us. It's how we deal with it. It's how we deal with it. And the thing is, kinikwento ko ito hindi dahil sisiraan yung tao. Kinikwento ko ito is to actually
To learn some lesson.
to give an inspiration to somebody, whoever it is at the moment of difficulties, na hindi yan yung end road mo, hindi yan yung ang bagsak mo, hindi eh. Nasa sayo yan, nasa mental mo yan eh, kapasidad mo yan eh, kung ang bagsak mo is dyan lang ba or you are going farther and you are going to make your life better, right? So yun na nga, naikwento ko na hindi naging madali sa akin ang buhay, nagiging actually, nagiging emotional ako dito. Nagiging emotional ako kasi kailangan ko siyang i-share eh. And like I said, it's not to point who's wrong and that, but we suffered. My son and I suffered. We suffered. My son and I suffered, and we were bouncing from one safe home to another. I think we ended up staying at 8, if I could count very well, 8 or 10 different safe homes to be safe, to have a safe life. And if you can imagine what kind of life that would be, if you can picture that in your head, that was the life that I had. But never na pinaalam ko yan sa mga magulang ko sa Pilipinas, sa mga kapatid ko sa Pilipinas. At naalala ko noon, pag may pera akong $20, iniipon ko yan para ipapadala ko sa kanila. So anyway, make long story short, I have to better my life for my son, right? Yeah, so, like you asked if I struggled, yes, I struggled. I struggled a lot. My son struggled. But, ang ginawa ko is, I persuaded, and I bypassed the fear. Kailangan ko siyang gawin para sa anak ko. So, nag-decide ako na yes, nilabanan ko siya kasi
Yeah.
anong gagawin ko? How am I going to give my son a good life being a
Yeah.
single mom, right? So ang ginawa ko is nag-aral ako.
Oh.
Nag-aral ako ng nursing at it was very very tough kasi
So yung
I was a mom. And,
the first year you come here in Canada, what job do you?
I was working at a warehouse. Actually, it was like a clothing warehouse.
So what pathways yung ginamit ng maka-enter ka ng Canada?
Yun nga, dinala kami ng anak ko, ng asawa ko,
Oh.
yung first husband ko. Dinala niya kami dito, but then the life wasn't,
Good.
it wasn't healthy.
Yeah.
It didn't become a healthy marriage, right? Merong I suffered an abuse,
Yeah.
emotional, physical, and verbal, and
Wow.
those types of abuse, right? And unlike sinabi ko kanina na punta ako sa mga iba-ibang safe home. I don't
Yeah.
know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah, yeah.
The people that know what it's like to be in a safe home are the ones that have been there, right? So parang ito yung parang home ng mga kababaihan or mga single moms na nag-suffer ng abuse sa mga asawa nila. Pumupunta kami doon ng anak ko. Like I said, we've been to like 8 or 10 different ones.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was my life. And then after the divorce and that, and then we had some treatment, psychological treatment. We went through like social worker. We went to see social worker. We went through like deep, treatment in order to heal, right? Like emotional healing, right? So I went through that, especially my son. I think my son was only 3 years old at the time.
Is
So
that important to go to that?
very much, yes, very much. Because if you don't, it's like a disease, right? It's like a physical, illness, right? You have diabetes. You don't take care of your diabetes, you're going to end up, getting worse. With diabetes, it's gonna affect your heart, your kidneys, and all that stuff, right? So, I decided after the divorce and after a couple of months of treatment, I was ready to do something with my life. At
Wow.
one point, Dai, sabi ko,
Napaka-strong mo talaga.
oh, thank you.
Dai.
I don't know how I did it. To be honest, I was actually, pagka nakita mo ako before my marriage or before that, you would never think that I was that woman. I could not believe it myself. Kasi mahinhin ako eh. At saka, mahiyain ako talaga. Mahiyain ako.
Yeah.
At saka, ayoko talagang hindi ako katulad ng iba na open, right? Pero natuto akong lumaban talaga sa abuse. I had to end it. Because hindi pwede na ang anak ko ang mag-end nun. Ako
That's
ang
good.
mag-end
Talagang
nun.
gagawin mo
Right.
lahat alang-alang sa anak mo.
Sa anak mo. Yes, exactly. At one point sabi ko, uwi na lang kami ng Pilipinas, pero paano naman kami uwi? Wala naman kami pambili ng ticket, parang gano'n. Alam mo yon, we suffered a lot. We suffered a lot.
But look at you now.
And yes, and then you know what? It took a long time for me to not be scared. I was still very scared. Kahit nung naging nurse na ako, I was still very scared of my life, right? For my life and for my son's life, right? Pero at the end of it, nung na-accept na niya yung nangyari at lahat kami nag-move on na, right? It was a time na talagang nasabi ko sa sarili ko na, okay, I can keep going, right? So, yun na nga, naging nurse ako at, I love what I do. I love what I do, and I feel like, I chose a really, really good career.
Wow.
Kasi dito sa Canada, kahit saan ka magpunta, kahit anong province, kahit sa Yukon ka papupunta, may trabaho ka eh.
May trabaho.
Yun yung maganda.
Ang maganda sa Canada.
Yes.
Basta wag ka lang pumili. Maraming trabaho.
Marami talaga. At saka, hindi naman, like sabi ko, hindi naman yun yung, what we're doing at this moment is not going to be the last thing that we do in life unless we're dead tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So, it keeps moving forward,
Moving
right?
on.
So,
Yeah.
yun yung ginawa ko, nag-aaral ako, and that's how I
Wow.
became a nurse. That's how it all started. Yes.
Wow. Di ba mga ka-wonders? Ang haba ng kanyang answer. First question pa lang yun itutuloy pa ba natin? O syempre, itutuloy pa natin. At saka ito mga ka-wonders, Sana may natutunan kayo doon sa kanyang mga sinasabi, ha. Yun ang realidad dito sa Canada. So, ito, may kodigo ako. May pangalawang question tayo, mga ka-wonders. Kung ating presidente nga, may kodigo ako pa. So, ito ang may pangalawa akong question
Okay,
sa'yo.
sige.
Tuloy natin to mga ka-wonders para marami tayong mapupulot na aral sa kanya at matutunan. Ito ang pangalawang question ko, Day. What's the biggest factor that has helped get to where you are now?
I think the biggest factor that lead me to where I am now
Yeah.
is the very thing that I am a mother
Mhm.
and I have a responsibility to be a role model to my children, and it all started when I fought back from the trauma that we have gone through, and I think that lead me to a certain type of goal that I will never stay in that situation, right? So I kind of used the hardships in life as a strong point na maging determined ka. Maging determined ka sa goal mo. So, ang pinaka-biggest factor sa akin is yung mga talaga na pagdaanan ko sa buhay. I don't want my children to
You
go
become
through.
strong
Yes, you become
sa
strong
mga
kasi
trials na dumating sa buhay mo.
yes. And then the thing is like it's not to prove to somebody. It's nung nakita ko na kaya ko pala. I said to myself that you know what? I am not only a strong person but God has guided me along the way, and as soon as I realized that, you know, kahit anong trials pa yung pinagdaanan ko, kasi marami pang dumaan hindi naman nag-end yung trials doon marami pang dumaan pero at the end of the day, sinasabi ko na I have gotten this far, I know I'll get to where I want to go, and that's yun lang talaga palagi kong sinasabi sa sarili ko.
Basta
So,
always pray lang kay Lord, tapos keep on going. Hindi
Keep
ka
going.
susuko.
At saka, yes, kasi natural lang naman yun na matatakot ka kasi you know, everyone is afraid of the unknown. Hindi natin alam kung anong mangyayari, anong maging result ng
Tapos pag
ng tapang mo.
na-overcome mo, maisip mo din, ay, kaya ko pala.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's either you're going to do something about it or you're not. If you're not going to do something, the minute you wake up, the problem's still gonna be there. Right? So be determined and focused. You want a life that is better. You want a life that is prosperous. Then do something about it. Right? Don't just talk to people that you're going to say you're going to do it. Do something about it.
You're right. Yeah.
And then your inspiration is you have to have an inspiration. You have to have an inspiration. And for me,
Is your
inspiration ko talaga yung
Anak
mga
mo.
anak ko. Yung inspiration ko talaga sila. Yes.
Good.
So ayan, sana hindi ka na napaiyak, ano? Ano na ito, pakita?
O, di ba mga ka-wonders? Lahat ng sakuna napagdaanan niya na. Suko na ang sakuna sa kanya.
Obvious mo sa mukha.
Sakuna ang sakuna. Ang dami ng sakunang dumating, no? Pero look at here. Napakaganda pa rin. Parang walang
Thank
sakunang
you.
dumating sa buhay.
Thank you.
So, may question pa ako sa'yo, Day. Di pa
Okay.
tayo tapos.
Hindi po tapos?
Hindi pa. Marami pa.
Okay, sige.
So,
Okay.
what mistake have you made all the way?
Pag mistake na pag-uusapan,
Maraming mistake.
Parang matatakot ako eh. Isang bambambadang mistake ang pag-usapan natin. What mistake? Sorry, ano nga ulit yun?
What mistake have you made along the way?
Oh my gosh. Siguro kung...
Ano yung pag-decide mo ng pag-switch ng profession or whatever?
What mistakes have I along the way? Marami talagang mga mistakes na ano bang tawag nito? I think there's actually, para sa akin, there's two types of mistakes. Okay? One is a mistake that you need to look at as a path of change. Okay? So, let's say may nangyaring, may ginawa ka tapos alam mong hindi siya tama, right? Alam mo siyang hindi siya tama.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
kailangan mo siyang i-cut or kailangan walk ng another direction,
Another
right? Right? So, that's one type of mistake. Na,
You mean the mistake, alam mo ng mistake, tinuloy mo pa.
yes.
Yan ang ibig mong sabihin.
Yes. So, you make,
Oh.
para sa akin lang, I don't know how
I know.
people interpret mistakes, but this is
Yeah.
how I interpret mistakes. So,
Yeah.
there's two types of mistakes. Mistake is one na alam mo nang mali, pero tinuloy mo pa rin. Kasi you are obligated to do something not for you, but for somebody
For
else that you
somebody
love.
else.
For somebody, for other people.
Parang
It's not for you.
sinacrifice mo ang
Sinacrifice
sarili mo.
mo. And that's a mistake.
For the sake of
Right.
other
And that's
person.
one mistake, right?
Yeah.
So, one is
Got
that
you.
you either go through, you continue to do that, or you're going to change path. Another mistake that that I believe that happens in everyone's life is that you don't know that it's a mistake until you learn something from it. So mistakes are not bad. It actually
Yeah.
helps us. It actually helps us mold to be the better person or the better version
Yeah,
of who
to
we
become
are.
stronger.
To become better, to become stronger. Yes.
Yeah, that's
So, a lot actually along the way. Pero yun na nga, two types of mistakes. So, kailangan meron kang gawin doon sa two types of mistakes na yon. So, yeah.
So, anong mistake mo sa buhay mong nagawa?
Kumain ako na.
Kumain ka ng ano?
Well,
yung mga
so, ang pinaka biggest talaga na natutunan ko is you can love but don't pour everything. Leave something for yourself.
Oh.
You can give, you can be kind, but always be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Kasi the reason I'm saying that is because I went through very tough times of in my life na alam mo yung ginagawa mo lahat. Alam mo na to eh. Alam mo
Ganyan
na to.
talaga pag nagmahal ka eh.
Yes. Alam mo
Pero
yung
minsan naaabuso din.
ako kasi nagiging ano kasi ako. I'm gonna just share. And again, it's not to pinpoint other people or ano.
It's just
So, it's not to pinpoint who's who and who's
Yeah.
wrong and this and that. But it's
Just
a learning process.
yeah.
Ako kasi, I grew up talaga na, alam mo yung, medyo hinahanap ko yung pagmamahal ng isang,
Parents.
ng papa ko. Na-feel ko kasi na may gap yung time, when I was growing up, na-feel ko kasi na medyo may gap yung
Yeah.
pagmamahal ng papa ko sa akin. Hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit. Pero hindi ako nagtanong, hindi ako nagalit, hindi ako ano. Ang ginawa ko is I tried to do something so that I could help them. I could provide for them. And I did that for all of my siblings, all of my family.
Ikaw ba ang naging breadwinner?
Yes.
Wow.
Naging breadwinner ako until I wasn't supposed to be anymore. Pero anyway, yes. Kaya nga sabi ko,
Ikaw ba yung eldest?
Hindi. Pangalawa ako.
Ilan kayo, Day?
4 kami, pangalawa ako.
Sorry.
So, ang nangyari is, alam mo yung, ang ginawa ko kasi all my life is, I was doing something so that they will love me. I was giving and giving and giving, kahit na hindi ko na kaya.
Sorry.
Kahit hindi ko na kaya ibigay yung dapat kong ibigay. Dapat sana sa mga anak ko yun, pero binigay ko sa kanila.
Binigay mo talaga. Ang
Pero
best.
ang nangyari is when they no longer needed me, when they no longer need me, they got what they wanted is they were it didn't give them any type
Parang
of
walang value lahat ang ginawa mo sa kanila, ganun.
hindi ko alam kung ano yung nagiging value nila
Yeah.
doon sa mga ginawa ko, pero hindi sila nahirapang mag-walk out the door.
Wow.
Alam mo yon, yung parang
Yan ang the bad, yung mga bad things na maano mo yung ma-experience. Hindi lang sa'yo maraming mga
Yes.
OFW.
yes.
Alam mo naman ang culture natin.
Yes.
Talagang tutulungan ang mga extended family.
Yes.
Kahit nga, alam mo, ito talaga ang reality sa lahat ng mga OFW. Kasi nag-OFW ako sa Hong Kong.
Mm.
Lahat kami, pag day off, nagtitipid.
Mm.
Dala ka ng bote, tubig, dala ka ng baon,
Mm-mm.
may ipapadala lang sa pamilya sa Pilipinas. Look at that. Hindi
Yes.
naman sa lahat pero mostly ganun ginagawa.
Yes.
Pagpadala ng remittance, andun sila sa Jollibee. Andun sila. Ikaw, ano ngayon, di ba?
Yes.
Parang napaka ng
Yeah.
buhay pag inisip mo.
Yeah, and the thing is like, alam mo yung time na yung sinabi ko na hindi nila pinag-isipan, no, na it was so easy for them to walk out the door. I mean, literally walk out the door without telling me they're walking out the door. Alam mo
Wow.
yun, ang laking sampal sa'yo yan.
Yeah.
Ang taong mahal mo, ginawa mo lahat, nagsakripisyuhan mo para ipakita mo sa kanila na talagang you are there every step of the way for them.
Yeah.
You are there through thick and thin. Pero dito mo ma-realize, pag nangyari sa buhay mo yan, dito mo ma-realize na talagang dapat kang magtira para sa sarili
Para
mo.
sa sarili mo.
Kahit gaano ka man ka-giving, gaano man
Yeah.
kaganda ang purpose mo sa pag-give or pag-love, you have to give
Yeah.
something for yourself. You have to, because
Yeah.
otherwise you will fall apart. And when you fall apart, actually ang nangyari na lang sa akin is, ang nag-save na lang sa akin is my husband actually.
Wow.
Pero kung hindi ako puno ng pagmamahal sa asawa ko,
You're still blessed.
siguro that will probably be the for me. Siguro yung nangyari na yun.
Another sakuna na naman.
Yes, siguro yung
Kung
hindi
hindi
ko
ka sinagot.
makakayanan. To be honest, yun
Yeah.
siguro yung hindi ko makakayanin. Ganun mo ka-love yung family mo eh.
Yes.
Ganun mo ka-love na hindi mo
Iba
maisip
talaga.
na magagawa nila sa iyo yan. Kasi nandun ka para sa kanila through thick and thin eh.
Yes.
'Di ba? And then all of a sudden,
Maraming ganyan din mga
Diba?
nangyayari.
So yun, kaya I'm really
Kaya
thankful.
naawa ako sa mga OFW talaga.
Yes, yeah. I'm thankful sa asawa ko talaga kasi I guess I could say he saved my life.
Yes.
Because if it wasn't for him, siguro depressed na siguro talaga ako. Kasi
Bakto
I went
ako
through
na
depression,
naman.
pero I was able to recover. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. Ano ba to?
Ilang questions ba? Matanong ko nga lang. Ilang questions ba
Kaya
yan?
lang. Ano, Day? 96 questions.
Oh my God! Matutulog ba tayo?
Pang-apat pa lang ito. Pang-apat pa lang ba ito? Hard is this. Natanong ko na to
One answer, one letter per question na
pang-apat
lang yung
to.
answer.
So, ano mga ka-wonders, ituloy pa ba natin? So, ito ang pang-apat nating question.
Okay.
May 96 pa.
Agoy, Ginoo, Pastor Landlord.
So, Canada pa more. So, ito ang pang-apat nating question. Ituloy pa natin kasi marami pang itatanong at marami pa kaming gustong malalaman
Okay.
mula sa iyo. Ha?
Okay, sige.
So, ito na naman ang ating kodigo. What was the hardest decision you ever had to make? The hardest decision.
Actually, akala ko, alam mo, nung nag-decide tayo na gawin natin to, ang akala ko, magtatawanan lang tayo, magtiti, pero pala paiiyakin mo yata ako. Grabe ka, paiyakin mo yata ako.
Hindi naman. Malamig na yung tea. May tubig pa bang mainit?
Yes.
Sandali lang mga ka-wonders sa medyo, lumamig na yung tea namin eh.
Actually, alam mo, I would like to say like, if I think from the heart, think
Yeah.
from the heart, think from the heart, ha?
Yeah.
If I think from the heart, the hardest decision that I've ever made in my life was to walk away from those that I love very much. The people, my family. I walk away from the people that I love, that very, very close to my heart. And again, that's based on sa mga napagdaanan ko na kailangan kasi para may matira sa akin.
Wow, napaka-hard nga yan, Day.
Yes. So, if I had to choose kung ano na lang yung natira sa akin or I give what I have for them, wala na. Wala na matira. Wala na ako. You know, para paano naman yung mga anak ko, right?
Yeah.
So, it's not the career. actually, the biggest, that's the thing. I've gone through a hard life, but at the same time, I am very blessed.
Yeah.
I am very blessed. Kasi, when I met my husband, my whole life changed. Ito talaga masasabi ko na, meron talaga tayong guardian angel.
Yeah.
Kung sa mga tao na nag-iisip na talagang hopeless na sila, wala na mangyayari sa buhay nila, or if you really think long and hard, we are all loved by God, and we have each of us have a guardian angel, and I really believe that. Kasi yung mga napagdaanan ko, no, hindi ko kaya yun eh. Kung ako lang, hindi ko kaya lahat yun eh. Pero dahil
kung wala ang ating Panginoon.
yes, binibigyan talaga tayo ni Lord ng guardian angel natin. And it's up to us to believe in it. And if we believe in it, we have a much better a much better life ahead of us.
So mga ka-wonders, pang number 5 questions na tayo. Ituloy pa ba natin? Mukhang madilim na yata. Pero ituloy natin dahil ang ganda ng natin eh. So ito ang number 5 questions.
Okay.
What is the best advice you can give to people who wants to be successful?
Believe in yourself.